What is up, everyone? It's Lovenji Gaming. And here we are with Populous the Beginnings Hidden Cup. The first map is Face Me. It's going to be a quick map, so we're going to get the introductions underway quickly. Playing as the Yellow Tribe. It is Populous the Beginnings Tree. His opponent, person who picked the map, Pop TB Tornado. So we've got Tree versus Tornado. Looks like Tree's being a bit cheeky. He's going into Tornado's base and trying to get a bit of a BB/convert going on. I don't know why he would do that. That seems really dumb. Unless he gets a good Brave Blast. Oh, the blast doesn't quite connect, though. This could be huge. Oh, no, that's a 1 convert. You're really going to do all of that for a 1 convert, and then the blast is going to follow up. The Yellow Shaman does go down. What a ridiculous way to start Face Me. I'll check the populations, though. It's 17 for yellow, 13 for red, but now red is going to move towards the high ground, and red's going to get a good convert off. Very aggressive play from yellow, trying to get the rush down, trying to interrupt the Fire Warrior training hut. Didn't actually have any blasts to kill any Braves, and didn't have any converts or any Wildmen at the back of the base to steal with a convert, which now means our red player gets to just secure the hill for free. And there's still plenty of Wildmen left to convert. Population's 18 to 17. But with the additional convert, red is going to pull ahead. First tower is going up for our red player. As our yellow shaman is just converting the back of their base. 23 population to 21. I'm still getting used to using this tool. You'd think I'd be used to it by now, but no, I'm not. And even more converting coming down. There's a nice little 2 convert here. I would have liked to see red pick up, but red shaman is going to get this 1 convert instead. A little bit of clever command spam to get these Braves unstuck from their position. Red is going to pick up that 2 convert that we talked about and even secure an additional 1 over here as well, putting him on 27 to yellow's 24. Well-placed blast is just going to take a yellow out straight away. Can't approach a shaman in a tower like that unless you have a lightning available. So our red player is just going to spam towers on the hill, as is typical for this map. That's considered smart gameplay. That's how you play this map. If you get the hill, you want to fortify it as much as possible, even building some huts on hill as well. This has double effect of being easy to defend because it's where your shaman is. But also, if you destroy this, this is now a 3x3 grid where the enemy can't place towers if they take the hill back. So the Fire Warriors within the towers are just going to fire off a couple of shots at the ghosts. But as you can see, the range that they have is pretty decent. Tornado is just building probably additional huts. Typically, for some players, you'll also see a warrior hut up here, just because it then puts warriors right on the front line. It allows you to maximize the population you're getting in your main base, which is slightly safer, and puts your warrior production on the front line. The bases are so close on face-off that having frontline warrior production can be very useful. Shaman's actually struggling with this hill a little bit. I think it's something to do with where the patrol location is. Yeah, that's a circle patrol on this tile, which means she's going to be wrestling with the hill quite a bit. But the game's going to slow down for us now. I think Red's just focusing on building out his base while he waits for the earthquake to show up. The populations are still very close despite yellow losing control of the hill. But I do like this from red. Red is actually creeping his towers forward and starting to build towards yellow's base. Shaman can get in here. Fire Warriors can get in here. Shaman's going to hide in a hut. Now, the minimap is on, so there will be a big red blip that tells you the Shaman is there. Ghost Shaman coming out from our yellow player. Real Shaman's going to hide in a hut. And the yellow Shaman is going to patrol in circles. Oh, this looks so suspicious. This is absolutely a real Shaman. Yeah, it looks like a hut has been dismantled here. So the defense has been pushed forward, as have the towers. Red has a very strong position over yellow. And he even has an earthquake ready to go. Our yellow players charged a Lambridge and a Lightning. That's a very typical move for when you're under this amount of pressure from the middle, is to just go immediately for the side door. But for that to pay off, you need a large amount of warriors so that you stand a chance at dealing damage to your enemy. Red player is dismantling en masse, though. Look at this dismantling. Getting population up as quickly as possible. Did fully dismantle one hut here. But it, on the whole, looks to be dismantling quite quickly. The red shaman has been clicked. Sees the side door coming as the yellow shaman stands idly on the side. There's the first Lambridge. The second Lambridge probably going to follow up, but yellow doesn't have any spells. And our red player is going to know that from the way that yellow is behaving. Fire Warriors have been clicked onto the red shaman, but the blast trick is good. Minimal damage taken from that volley of 4. Getting a little bit bullied here. The shaman very quick to spell walk along the edge. Actually going to return to base before yellow even gets to strike back. No, red is going to continue the offensive. There's our land bridge from yellow. The red fire warriors bugging out a little bit, but yellow has no spells. And red knows that. You know, red's moving his population, but he doesn't really need to. The shaman is very harmless. And that earthquake is deep. It's on both the fire warrior training hut and the warrior training hut. Doesn't get either of them, but does ignite them both. So we're going to be looking to see a base trade style scenario. But this heavily favors red because red can hide all of his population up here, and they're safe from these fire warriors. In fact, red is continuing to build on the hill, of all things. Good amount of yellow warriors are getting in and spreading around the base. I'm going to be doing a little bit of damage, but not terribly much, I don't expect. There's the lightning that yellow charged, but that is all of yellow's spells right now. Red is charged a tornado. Yeah, and we're going to be seeing a warrior training hut out of red because he's losing control of this one in his base. This looks like a fire warrior training hut as well. Good idea from red. Recognizes that he's going to need troops to stay into this to win this game and close it out. So he gets both training huts on the top of the hill. Yellow shaman is trying to push up towards the hill. Manages to get an earthquake off. Sets fire to the warrior training hut, but does not completely destroy it. Our red tribe player missing a lightning, but following up with a well-placed blast. Now, yellow has to be careful because all of his population is in the red base. The tornado does pick up the yellow shaman, and she does go down. Now, all this yellow population is around for red to blast the heck out of. I don't know why yellow was sending the Braves directly at the shaman there. In fact, yellow appears to be stacking all the population onto one location. Why would you do this when the shaman is around? That's just asking for them all to be killed. Plenty of blasts coming down. Fire warriors and even Braves to combat the troops from yellow. This is a well-played game by our red player who secured an early hill advantage. And you can see that yellow's population is starting to drop massively. Yellow did a good amount of base damage, but failed to find any of the population of red. And I think that's going to be what allows red to run away with this game. It should be GG from here on out as fire warriors patrol around the base. Couple of warriors still alive that need cleaning up. But otherwise, the populations are 34 to 22. Now, yellow does still have a base. So this game could be dragged out a little longer. Red certainly got a lot more damaged ground. It's going to be down to how red strikes back. The huts are only 9 to 7, with one of those huts being an upgrade, so it's 9 to 8 huts. So, although yellow still has a base, it's nowhere near as big, or it's not massively overwhelming compared to red's base, despite everything that red has lost. Gives you an idea of how far behind yellow was. Red's lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 huts. And the hut count is still even between the two players. Lightning for our red player. Nothing for our yellow player. Red player going towards the middle once again. Sending a couple of fire warriors towards the side. Nope, changing mind. Moving the fire warriors back towards the towers. Yellow coming in. Going to start blasting a few braves here, there, and everywhere. There goes another brave. That's 3 now. Warriors from red finally able to launch a counterattack. Red's managed to sneak out a couple of warriors of his own, and these warriors are going to start dealing some damage. Now, I think red is going to separate the warriors in and amongst the population, unlike yellow, who used their troops to destroy structures. So we'll be able to see how much damage this actually gets as our yellow player completes a lightning. So it's 1 lightning to 1 lightning, but 12 huts for yellow to 9 of red. Yellow certainly could run away with this game. Well-placed lightning from yellow, and red's fails to find the retaliation. The yellow shaman making wonders happen right there. But sending a lot more braves on the offensive, and you need to be careful with this, because if fire warriors or warriors are sent to defend, and it does look like warriors are being sent to defend, you're just throwing away population, and braves are not population you want to be throwing away. At the very least, train them to warriors so they stand a chance of dealing some damage. Straight braves shows impatience. I don't think they're going to do the damage that our yellow player wants them to. So the red shaman is alive, separating his warriors in and amongst the braves. This is what we were talking about. They do get a hut. Fair play to them. They got a hut. And they're somehow getting this hut. Be a hero, brave. There you go. Yellow's warriors idling on this side. Red shaman's going to get into battle with 3 warriors. Throw down a blast on a couple of them. Couple of quick blasts from the red shaman is actually going to kill 1 warrior. Send another warrior on stars. You could beat that in a fist fight if you needed to. But this warrior is going to run by into the red base, and on these low population scenarios, even 1 warrior could stand to do a fair bit of damage. But he's going to get softened up by the fire warrior on the tower, as the yellow shaman throws down a few ghosts, in fact. Yeah, that warrior is going to be picked up. Another warrior. This was the one that was dizzy earlier. Patrolling around the side. Loads of fire warriors. They've probably been clicked on the red shaman. And the red shaman's just choosing to leave. And leave by... Whoops. Leave by way of water. So our yellow player now has to face the task that is taking this hill. Red has identified the importance of the hill and continued to fortify it. You can see there's fire warriors in all of these towers, and all of these towers are shooting correctly. Yellow picks himself up with a tornado because that's the smart play. Asks himself, what would Keith 52 do? He survives. And then he doesn't. So it looks like red is repairing his backup fire warrior training hut and starting to get his base repaired. He has got a lot less land available to work with than yellow does, so perhaps he invests a little bit into land bridges. You could land bridge here and turn all of this into a base that's reasonably well defended with the amount of towers that you have. But if you're land bridging, you're not charging offensive spells. And our red player is certainly charging offensive spells. He's got 2 tornadoes in the chamber. Yellow's doing good, not allowing the red shaman off of the hill. Couple of blasts follow in from red as he tries to kill the fire warriors. Good control of the warriors, actually individually targeting down a couple of the fire warriors so that they cannot pressure the shaman. And a fire warrior in a tower is going to allow the red shaman to escape with her life. But another yellow warrior in the base of red once again. If our red shaman can fill all the towers, they may be able to take some of this position back and get huts upgraded. Neither base is particularly impressive right now. In fact, red has once again taken the hut advantage despite half of his base being damaged ground. As it's 12 huts to 10, 2 tornadoes to absolutely nothing for yellow. Our red player is pushing in. Displaying a bit of honor because red could be blasting all these trees so that yellow couldn't build any defenses. But red's displaying an element of honor there. Which different players have different opinions about when it comes to what you should do in tournament games. One yellow warrior being very annoying. In the back of the base. Fire warriors on the high ground. The bane of every shaman's existence. Have been cleared up with a single blast from our red shaman as warriors continue to run around the base. Meanwhile, we take a look at red's base and it's more or less the exact same. There's yellow warriors in huts being very annoying. A couple of them sneaking into towers. It's a battle of warriors, but red rocking a significant population advantage right now because of the scattering of towers. Lightning coming out from our red player. That could more or less spell yellow's life in the game. As red's now going to push in. Tornado onto the fire warrior training hut. And I imagine push in slightly further still and get a tornado onto the warrior training hut as well to stop this annoying troop production. There's the tornado on the warrior training hut. Exactly as we suspected. Yellow down to no troop training huts whatsoever. What troops he has now are what he has to play with. And you'll be pleased to know in terms of troops he has now, he has 1 warrior. 1 single warrior. Yellow Shaman's being a bit annoying, using D to scatter Braves that are walking towards the Shaman for no particular reason. So our red Shaman throws out a blast onto yellow. Oh, yellow is still alive. Both Shamans trade blast one more time. Yellow goes down and red survives and red warriors pour over the yellow base. This is probably GG for yellow. As he's down to 13 population. He calls the GG, so that is going to be the end of the first game. Both players say GG, very polite, very nice. And PopTB Tree has surrendered, going down game number 1 against Tornado. One is up, everyone. It is Lovenji Gaming, and we are back with game number 2 of the first of this match. It's not the first match, it's like the 11th match. And we are playing 4 walls. Up 1 game, playing as the Red Tribe. We've seen him play before. He took out Swarm to get here. It is PopTB Tornado. Playing as the Yellow Tribe, blue position. His opponent down 1 game in this series, but it is his map pick and he's looking to bring it back. PopTB Tree. So, here we go. We have 2 players. After an absolutely chaotic game on face-off, we're now on walls, and you may notice the players are in the other bases. They requested and agreed to be in the opposite bases. So I know the post says yellow versus green, but they wanted blue versus red, and the bases are practically identical since Prime redid the map. So it doesn't matter. Anyway, on this variation of 4 walls, you know the rules. The whole map is available. All converts, all land. Build at your leisure. What is going on with my stream? I'm not... My stream chat's being very distracting right now. But let's have a little look at the game, shall we? Population's 35 to 27, so Red getting ahead on the early convert. Looks like he's even got a nice little 2 convert there if he waits for him to group up. But we can hear that Yellow is still converting as well, 29 up to now. But certainly less of a convert. So, quick fire warrior hut, but not before building all of these huts. In fact, Red is building quite quickly. He's got all of his plans down, even put the tower at the back of the base to do out the back quicker as well. Whereas our Yellow player has not, but Yellow has been a little bit quicker about building huts in the middle. Whereas Red has opted to make that more of a fortified tower position. Yellow has already rushed themselves over to the secondary base, but as we know, smart players can take advantage of that secondary position. You're spread too thin, you cannot possibly defend it all. Look at these Braves. Red Braves out and working, 2 to every hut. That's what we call some nice building. Fire warriors from our Red player already making their way to the front line. Going to garrison these towers and keep a steady eye. That fire warrior crouched down for a second and then I rotated the camera slightly. He didn't want to be caught sat down, so he immediately stood up. Warrior training hut coming up pretty quickly for our Red player, who already has a light in the chamber, so the plan may just be to rush warriors. We will see. Double lightning. 2 lightnings. That's a strange choice for your first 2 spells of the game. And there's the first lightning. Good kill onto the Yellow Shaman, but what are you going to do with that damage now? Perhaps poorly timed. Could have waited for the warrior to get to the front line first. There's a very quick lightning, and actually the fire warrior is being pushed forward. Yellow doesn't even have a fire warrior training hut. Red is just looking to capitalize on this game very quickly and punish Yellow for building slowly. The fire warriors are trying to get in on top of the fire warrior training hut before it can complete. Braves being bullied by these fire warriors as 4 of them rush in, and even Braves being used to patrol as well. Red is just going to wrest control of Yellow's position. Yellow does have a warrior training hut completed and is working on a second one, but the second light, we were there going, why are you charging 2 lights? He throws out the second light, actually doesn't find the kill on the Shaman, but the blast follow-up is good. Kills a couple of the fire warriors, but now Braves are taking down the towers and warriors are rushing in. They're trying to get in on the warrior training hut. And they may even get in on top of the backup fire warrior training hut as well. Looks like this could be a very quick and early GG, as Red Warriors are all over the Yellow population. Yellow's losing Braves and has no way to train troops. Oh no, there is this Fire Warrior training hut has completed, and a Warrior training hut is being built at the back of the base, but this needs to get up as quickly as possible because Red is running away with this game right now, dealing so much damage to our Yellow player. And there's another lightning from Red. You'd have thought Yellow would have learned by now. Our Red player is favouring lightnings for this style of play. Lightning after lightning after lightning connecting. Probably going to be GG for our Yellow player. As this Brave's just like, I'm going to keep building a tower. I know everything's going to shit over there, but I'm going to keep building this tower. It'll be important. Trust me. Red's even building towers in Yellow's base. As warriors are separated amongst all of the huts. Yellow might actually get to finish these 2 training huts. Never mind, a warrior goes inside. Even more Braves being pushed in by our red player. A red fire warrior coming in and disrupting the Braves, but he's going to be caught in melee combat. Slow motion fire warrior fighting. It's not an effective fighting style. He goes down to the 2 Braves and their Fists of Fury. Yellow Shaman is alive with... Yellow Shaman does have 2 Earthquakes in the chamber and is actually going to be allowed to escape and actually push towards the red base. Does Yellow do anything smart with those Earthquakes? No, he's going to use it on the front. And that's exactly what Red wanted to see. There was only a couple of Fire Warriors in towers, so if Yellow had actually pushed into the heartland of Red's base, Red only has 1 base, double Earthquake could have ended the push. Dead. But no, Yellow's going to go, I want this 1 tower and this 1 hut. That's a good EQ. And completely blow his Earthquake on the front of the base. Oh, my bias is coming in again, guys. You know how I feel about Earthquakes on towers. Hate it. But Fire Warriors patrolling on the high ground, going to try to defend the entrance to this yellow base. This is all that remains. The Fire Warriors managed to push the Shaman back away as she misses the core camp. Yellow's lightning does not find the kill, but these red warriors are all but done with this base, and Red's even building towers here to fortify the position, turn it into his own. Yellow Fire Warriors are being oppressive. They might get a kill on a Shaman here. Yellow tries to blast the Fire Warriors forward so that they can get the kill, but a bit slow means they're not able to, and now Red Warriors are going to engage the Yellow Shaman. Good blast coming in from our Red Shaman onto the Yellow Shaman, who is trapped in a tornado for half a year. The Yellow Shaman does just about survive despite being in that tornado for a century. But the Red Warriors are going to get into the base and deal a lot of damage. Does the Red Shaman actually have any spells? No, using it all on lightnings and tornadoes, which is fine. But the Red Shaman's going to be able to blast and soften up these warriors and allow his own warriors to do all the work. Follow up lightning onto the warrior training hut, stopping any further warrior production. Very strong, aggressive game of Populous here from our red player. The Face Me game was a little bit lacking in confidence, but Red shows up and he plays an absolutely blinder of a dominating game here on 4 walls. Everyone dislikes the map. They say it's boring. They say it's monotonous. Red has given us a different perspective on this map, and perhaps one to take note of. Catches Yellow being slow with the troop hut, capitalizes on it with a couple of lightnings. Smart strategy gameplay from our red player. Yellow Shaman's trying to clear up a couple of the Red Warriors, clinging on for dear life as it's 51 population to 84. So Red with a clear advantage. Slowly building over and even adding on additional warrior training huts as well. Getting a couple of Braves into some of these huts that haven't quite yet upgraded. They were the first huts built, which meant the Braves were pulled out to immediately build additional huts. Yellow's fixed the Fire Warrior training hut and can immediately begin producing Fire Warriors again, and probably should immediately begin producing Fire Warriors again. As Red Warriors continue to strip back the base. Our Yellow player goes down again. Yet another light, plenty of them being cast by our red player. This is pretty much GG, but we're going to be seeing how yellow tries to hang in there, how red secures this game. A strong uphill battle. We got a tornado coming out from red onto the Fire Warrior Training Hut. You never know with Fire Warrior Training Huts as to whether they go down with tornadoes, and that's very much the case for this one. Very annoying. Oh, pick up a warrior, though. That's huge. That was huger than the Fire Warrior Training Hut. That warrior got picked up, thrown into the water. That's one less warrior for yellow right now. Even Braves being sent to the front lines as red is just... Red's got a wall of towers in what should be yellow's expansion. Yellow expanded here way too early. Didn't even have a troop hut up because was too busy trying to secure the second base. Whereas our red player built out one base, built it out well. Built defense in the middle, but still isn't even in the second base. He's beating our two-base player with one base aggressive push. And is slowly expanding towards the what would be the yellow base. Fire Warrior is going to be firing onto ghosts as they have not been clicked on the shamans. I don't know what yellow is attempting to achieve here. I don't know what yellow wants to happen. Failing to kill either of the Fire Warriors with blast and actually just goes down to the towers. There goes yellow. Follow-up blast from the red shaman onto one of the warriors, going to soften him up before he can charge into the tower, and that means the volleys from the towers are able to clear him up easily. Red lightning onto the Fire Warrior Training Hut, further denying the troop production, which is the most important part of Red's game plan, to be fair, is to just keep those troops denied as more red warriors continue to pour in. Yellow slowly bleeding out as it's 106 pop to 69. Nice. And Red's even found the mana in amongst all those tornadoes and lightnings to cast an earthquake and start dealing some permanent damage to our yellow player, who is trying to run population away from the warriors, trying to stop them getting into battle. We can see Red's position completely fortified now. I imagine even more warriors are going to be trained. Yeah, double warrior training hut here. There's even one in the main base as well. Strong position. Red's even found time to build the side defense and built towers up here as well. There's just nowhere yellow can look to try and mount a counterattack. This is GG. Red has the game completely locked down. Another lightning from red onto yellow, securing yet another shaman kill. As yellow has dropped all the way down to 51. He says, shit lights. Calls the GG. Unhappy face from our tornado player. What a kind soul. GG, well played, says Tree. I suspect we'll see the surrender any second now as Red Warriors pour over the base. And there it is. Pop TB Tornado is our second player to move through to the quarterfinals, which means he's our second player to guarantee for himself a $50 prize payout. That's right, the top 8 of this tournament all receive a prize payout because of how we distributed the prize pool. And Tornado will be joining Blast in the payout area.